Hello everybody, welcome back. It is me, your old pal Orpheus, with another adventure here on Orpheus Plays. We are playing Blade and Sorcery here on the PC version, and guess what? I have discovered another good mod. It was buried a little bit. Apparently it came out a few weeks ago. It was the Superhuman mod. Now this one is on the Quest 2 port. I've had it for a while on there. I've turned it off and on. You've seen that one for a little bit. This one is now on the PC, at least it's new to me. Now, calm down. So you'll see me doing a little bit of crazy jumping, and a little bit of fast running, and the punches are going to be better, but anyway, yeah, you'll see that today. Anyway, I hope you are doing well today, wherever you are, whether it's day or night, or once again, the birds are all over the place, and you see that you're in a Super Mario level with lots of things to smash with your head, and maybe get some magic coins out of them. Let's see. Nope, no magic coins. Anyway, hi, how you doing? We're in survival mode here today. That means that there are 3 weapons that come out. I get my choice of them. And then I destroy every single poor little pixelated person that comes out of those portholes. Alliteration, yes. Okay, so let's get things kicked off. I keep trying to use this one. This is the hunting sword. It is generally badass. We'll see. We'll see. I tried stabbing at someone in another video and it immediately disappeared. So let's see what happens here. First traditional slow motion kill of the day as a superhuman stabbing upward with a... It didn't even... Okay, so apparently I got her weapon instead. And there you go. We'll hold her up there for a minute. Just for the glory of the Empire. Oh, and into the bread with you. Okay. So now, with that out of the way, oh yeah, like I said, another good day for murders. So what am I going to talk about today? Oh, you know, I was thinking, I guess I come across as, very relatable and, non-threatening to a lot of people. And that's awesome. That's kind of... that's kind of the point of what I'm doing here. I like being, everyone's friend. I like being your friend. That's kind of what we're doing here. I'm your digital friend, right? I'm always here to give you a little laugh and maybe a little bit of information or wisdom or whatever the heck you get out of this, like a relaxation or an adrenaline rush or whatever. So, I was thinking about this the other day because it was I was talking to my wife and I was making an effort because she was stressed out about something. I'm not going to go into it, but I was trying to talk to her really calmly and really relaxed and oh, hey, honey, it's okay. Everything's going to be cool. You just got to chill out. And I was thinking about it. It's where does that come from? I'm someone that has I'm a sociopath, diagnosed, folks, okay? So most of the time, I kind of don't like people. Now, that has changed as we've gone along, right? I've developed kind of a taste for being with people and being as nice as I can. Of course, I do slip on some days, right? But for me, it's interesting to look, I normally don't really care about being, friendly and stuff. But then I started thinking, well, maybe, it hasn't always been that way. And there's a reason. Oh, no. Back in high school, there was this concept that kind of got forced on me, almost, I guess. So I was in a lot of musicals and plays. Oh, no. And when I say a lot, I mean, every musical and every play. This thing was pretty good. Very nicely stained on the tip there. Yes, into the Brad with you. And you are no longer needed. Thank you. So I was in every musical. Ooh, a stick. No, that's a wand. I don't like that. Let's go for the giant... What is this? The Kingslayer. Oh, yes. Wow. So I was in every musical. I was pretty much in every play. I was in... We had 4 different choirs, jazz choir and madrigals and chamber choir and the regular choir and show choir. our music teacher was very busy. Let's just say it that way. And so I was in every single one of those. And so, the thing that comes along with that is most of the people that were in drama at that point were, ladies. It wasn't a lot of guys, right? There's not a lot of guys that especially back then, were like, I want to be a singing, dancing sensation, right? Danny Kaye, I want to be the next, I'm the triple threat. I can dance, I can sing, I can act, we have another person who's just gonna hang out here. Okay, you just chill. Anyway, so there's not a lot of guys that were in the musical program, right? And so, oops. Ooh, you just stay there. Okay. And so, like, I was always hanging out with, people's girlfriends, like people's best friends and everything. And so it kind of, I guess it was threatening to people, right? To the manly men who were like, he's in musicals and plays and he's always hanging out with nothing but girls. And so, like, this is the thing. I really, because of my brain damage and autism and sociopathy, it's very difficult for me to tell if people, like, are hitting on me or like me or what. I'm very awkward with social cues. Gotcha. I'm very awkward with social cues, and so it's difficult for me to pick up on really anything like that. Bro. So it can be difficult for me to tell, what's going on. And so, like, all these girls are hanging out with me and stuff because I was pretty much non-threatening. I didn't, like, hit on any of them because I didn't think any of them showed any interest in me, right? So it's kind of like, I'm just totally oblivious. So if anyone were like, oh, he's really cute, I wouldn't have known, right? So it kind of started to get to be an issue. With, like, the football players and all the guys and all the sports. Now, I was in sports, right? I was in swimming and football and track and field and stuff. But no, because I hung out with all their girlfriends and stuff, I was obviously gay, right? They thought that I was gay, and it was to the point where, like, I'm not going to use the word, but it is the F word associated with homosexuality that is not appropriate to use. It never has been, although it's been used in a lot of old movies from the 80s and 90s. Its use in general context every day, not good, not funny. It's used like the hard R that you use for people that might be mentally disabled, or like the hard N word. You don't use that. But people were calling me the F word banana because of a musical that I was in where I wore a yellow jumpsuit. Okay, so that was anyway. So immediately I was this gay guy, right? I mean, there's got to be, because people would ask these girls, like, so what's he like in the sack or whatever, right? Like, oh, is he a good kisser or whatever? People trying to investigate, like, trying to figure out what's going on with me, and they're like, well, no, he's a perfect gentleman. He never hits on any of us. He never asks any of us to go out. He doesn't, like, try to get grabby. This is just getting silly. He doesn't try to get grabby or anything like that. And, so immediately that's even more, more evidence. Oh, he's got to be gay, right? He has to be. Okay. So once I started hearing about this, the thing is, especially in school, and especially back then, right? The more you try to deny something, the more people are going to say, okay, whatever, right? So I figured the only way to really just get by with it and like be okay with it, because look, it wasn't that they were calling me gay. If that was what was going on, I'm very open. I wasn't, that experimental at that point in my life, but, it bothered me because it was the whole school basically going like, ah, ha, 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 you're gay. And it just, like, what the hell, guys? And so I figured, when people make fun of you for something, when they go at, what is this thing? I'm not going to say that. It'll probably be culturally insensitive. So when someone, like, is making fun of you and they're ripping on you for something, hold on. I want to give them a super punch, see how this works. Oh, no. How about that? We're going to block that. Give you some punch for dinner. What's going on? Wow, okay. Superhero, not so super. Anyway, so when someone's doing that to you, they're getting on your nerves, and maybe you like me, you have a large nose. Well, I've had kind of a thing about that my whole life. And again, another video coming up soon about body dysmorphia. Something I've dealt with, believe me. But let's say that's what's going on, right there. Hey, Big Nose, what's going on? Oh, hey, how's it going there, Dumbo? Right? You know, oh, you wanna get some shade under the tip of your nose? They like, you know, okay. So there's two ways that you can deal with that in life, right? You can obsess over it. You done? Are you done there, Palpatine? You done? Thank you. So am I. Yeah, you're going in the bread, mister. Oh, gross. Oh, no. So you can either be all obsessed with that and hurt about it all the time, and every time that someone makes a comment, you're going to get hurt, you know, about it and feel like crap. And you maybe, like, let's say if it is something like your nose, you obsessed about maybe going to get plastic surgery or something done. Keek. Can I get a minute of Brad? Yes! Oh man, the pink mist dissolves into the pit. Anyway, so maybe you'll obsess over and get plastic surgery or something. So that's approach number one. You can be totally like, oh my god, you know, this is terrible. Oh, and every time someone mentions it, you freak out and have a bad day. Or you can embrace it, right? So you're like, they're like, hey, Big Nose, and you're like, yeah, boo, right? Have fun with it. You're gonna be like that your whole life, whether or not you get it fixed, okay? So if you just embrace it, oh no, that bench embraced her. Wow. So you can either be mad about it or completely embrace it. Be okay with it, you know? Like, yeah, I'm whatever, and that's me, right? You've always seen people who they embrace who they are, no matter what that is, right? Whether they are a certain body type, or have a speech impediment, or they have their, one leg, or whatever it is, if they totally embrace that, you see a magical thing go on with people when that happens. Ooh. Butcher suck. You're screwed now, buddy. So, you see that there's some amazing stuff that that goes on when people embrace that stuff. They become amazing people. So, all right. So I decided to embrace that whole, he's obviously gay thing. So and this is a concept I've seen a few times since then, and it's called everybody's gay best friend. Okay? Let me repeat that for you. It's called everybody's gay best friend. And it goes like this. The old stereotype, and this isn't, it's not horrible, so, back off, relax. This is a comedy show, okay? The old stereotype of gay guys on TV and in movies was like, really pleasant and really nice. Oh, no. She's probably still alive down there. Anyway. Really pleasant and really nice and very neat and well-kempt and not threatening at all, like they just hang out with the girls and drink some wine and, laugh about whatever, right? Okay, so that's kind of like how that worked. And it's not at all derogatory. It means that you're a very pleasant, very non-threatening, very cool, relaxed, laid-back person, but you're always someone who can just be there for someone to talk to, right? And especially people that are sensitive, that have more sensitive needs and stuff like that. And so I've always tried over the years. Please tell me they're dead. I don't have to go clean up. But I've always tried over the years. Whoop! I'm so superhero. You can't just jump and look. Okay, everybody's dead in there. Okay. But I've always tried to be non-threatening and be somewhere where people can go to for advice, or not necessarily just advice, just to listen to, right? But the thing is, it kind of accidentally happened. I decided to embrace it. People are like, they're going, oh, you're gay. And I'm like, yes, I am. And I'm going to be hanging out with your girlfriend all weekend long while I practice this musical, right? Oh, and there's even a scene where I kiss one of them. Oh God, I forgot I had this. There's even a scene where I kiss one of them. I'm gonna have to practice that all day long. But that's okay, because I'm gay, right? So it served me in terms of being like, I was always pretty much alone in high school. I had a couple of girlfriends here and there later on in high school, but I never really, come on, I'm good. Thank you. I never really like dated anybody like for real, not like, out in public where people knew about it. Okay, so like, even more evidence. But I was a person that just didn't understand the social norms, the social niceties that went along with, dating and all that. And so as a person who's totally oblivious to it, I had the ability to just hang out with people. And because I didn't have that social interaction ability, or at least it was very much stunted, I ended up just kind of, I don't know, I had the ability to set my maleness aside, right? The urges and things. It was just like me hanging out with a bunch of people that were talented or fun or whatever it was. And so I embraced that. And I started to see that, like, being non-threatening, it's really a good way to go in life. And I don't mean like, submissive, okay? What is this? A bastard saber. Well, I'm a bastard, so let's get the saber. At least people in this game think so. Well, it's like a katana. Anyway. So, it served me well, and I don't mean like submissive. I'm not like, oh, yes, master, or anything like that. No, nothing like that. But it's just, it's not being, okay, as we talk about a Japanese sword, it's kind of like the Japanese ideal of respect, right? Trying not to talk above a whisper unless it's me being boisterous and telling a fun story. But it's always, you might have seen some of my videos where I just talk, right? It's not me playing this game. It's just me hanging out somewhere and talking. And you'll notice that the way that I talk is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more calm, right? And I'm trying to just kind of chill out and talk about something. Okay. Well, that's how I've stick a little twist. But I've always tried to be like that in life, right? I've always tried to be thoughtful and kind of, respectful and quiet. And it's really done me well. Well, okay, so when you kind of decide that you're going to go with this everybody's gay best friend idea, you have to kind of go all the way with it, right? So I worked at a dispensary for quite a while, like almost 6 years, and it was mostly women that were with me. Or, people that were non-binary. So it was, mostly people that were, they a little bit more non-masculine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very, very relaxed and very chill and very giggly and upbeat and like talking about decorating and flowers and stuff like that, right? So, and there I am, I'm like on most shifts the only guy. And I just decided, I'm married, so I'm not going to be all flirty with anybody. I'm not that kind of person, right? I'll tell jokes and stuff, but I'm not going to be like, hey, baby, I want you looking good in that outfit tonight, rah, rah, right? I'm not going to do that stuff. So it ends up that I'm like accidentally everybody's gay best friend, right? So I decided I'm just going to kind of go with that. So I started dressing a little bit more preppy, and I started just kind of like dropping the bass in my voice when I was dealing with, she's going into karate pose. Hi. Let's do it together. Let's hold hands while you wait. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You're just gonna, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Anyway, so like I started dropping my voice. So like when you hear me talking here, there's this, plenty of bass in my voice. But when I started doing that and deciding to embrace that, it was like, hey, how are you today? Oh yeah, it's a good day. Yeah. Okay. So what can I get for you today? That kind of thing. And it's not like I was trying to make fun of anything or anything like that. Totally not. It's just, that's the persona that I've always found has served me well in life. She's just going to go right back. Oh, nope. It's like a doll. But I found that it's always served me well in life to, is this a tonfa or a police baton? Can I sling it? Sort of? Not really? Okay. It's gotten to the point where I went as far as, like, at that job you needed a little knife, like a little pocket knife thing with you. And instead of having, like, one of the knives that's like, a clip-on, slide out, open out the front, stiletto knife or whatever. I decided instead I'm gonna go get a Swiss Army knife, right? But I don't want one that's red and like, like strange looking, like, oh, it's a knife. He's got a knife. I don't want anything like that. So I got myself one that was like a nice lavender color, right? It's for florists. Swiss Army knife. Victorinox, strangely enough, makes florist knives. They make a lot of different kinds of knives. But, I decided one that was lavender on the handle would be nice because, I pull that out and people are like, oh, that's a cute knife kind of thing. Again, I'm not a person that has any conflict with my sexuality, like and nor do I worry about it or disparage or judge anybody else for their choices. I've said this in other videos. I love that we're in an era where everybody can be accepted for basically everything, okay? But it's a preference that I choose, I guess, in behavior. And the point is, it used to be completely associated with being someone who was gay. It's for a man, right? Okay, so you exhibit more compassionate and feminine qualities, or at least what has been associated up until recently with being more feminine qualities. There's no feminine. I mean, feminine and masculine are very relative terms, right? The yin and yang really represented better than being male or female. There are aspects of each of us that are both male and female, or masculine and feminine. And so making a choice, right? It's still kind of weird for people to make the choice of, I'm a guy, and I choose most of the time in public to be very non-threatening, very non-confrontational. And I think it's just because I want to be able to, I don't know. I mean, I'm normally very loud and boisterous when I do stuff like this. And when I'm at a party or something, I can be exactly the same way. And so I guess I'm sort of intimidating sometimes with that. And so I guess I just kind of try to balance that out by being more quiet sometimes. I don't know. It's hard to explain, really. Like, I'm not, I don't know. I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just trying to make a choice to be, I guess, more kind and everything, but the point is, that used to be seen as something that was a little weird, right? Oh, you're a guy, why are you talking to all these girls and not going out with any of them? Well, because I just like, spending time with people, and the group that I happen to be with in the choirs and the musicals happens to be female mostly, so it's like, back then people immediately thought the worst, or at least what they thought societally was the worst at the time, which was that I was obviously a homosexual. But I wasn't, but it still serves me well not to be everybody's gay best friend, but the lesson that I learned from it, which is the kindness, right? Allowing myself to not have to be Mr. Manly Man, right? Because that's what society says that I have to be. And I guess that's the whole point of why this video exists. The everybody's gay best friend used to be something that was odd. And now it's just a sign of a deeper, more well-rounded, more open person who's just kind of getting through the world as well as they can. And I'm trying to do that. I'm getting better at it. I'm not great at it yet, but I'm getting better at it. And I know that you are too. Anyway, as this degrades totally into a brawl, I'm going to let you go for now. I'm going to slash these guys up with my Seraphine rapier, and we'll see you in the next one. I hope you do well. I hope you continue to do well. And I hope you treat yourself well, because you know what? You deserve it. You absolutely do. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.